Kenya has ushered in a major shift in its education system with the launch of the Kenya Junior School Education Assessment, KJSEA, the new national evaluation that replaces the long-standing Kenya Certificate of Primary Education, KCPE. As results for the inaugural KJSEA are being released, parents, learners, and educators are getting to grips with what the changes mean for exams, placement, and learners' progression. The standard. Brain from KCPE to KJSEA, a shift in philosophy. For nearly 4 decades, the KCPE exam was the defining national test taken at the end of Standard 8 under the previous 844 education system. It was a single high-stakes exam where learners answered questions on paper and shaded answers using optical mark reader, OMR, sheets, and their performance determined placement into secondary schools. Scores were reported out of 500 marks across 5 core subjects: English, Kiswahili, mathematics, science, and social studies. Schools and top performers were ranked nationally, and results received wide public attention. In contrast, KJSEA, introduced under the Competency-Based Curriculum, CBC, is designed to assess students more continuously and holistically across grades 7, 8, and 9. Rather than relying on a single cumulative test, it combines summative assessment with continuous evaluation of skills and competencies such as problem-solving, creativity, and practical application. The standard. Tear-off calendar, how the assessments differ. KCPE. One-off exam at the end of primary school, Standard 8. Focused on recall and memorization. Final placement into secondary school was based entirely on the exam score. Results included national rankings and celebrated top achievers. KJSEA. Administered across 3 school years, grades 7 to 9. Mix of continuous assessments and summative evaluation. Measures learners' growth over time rather than one single testing moment. Uses an achievement level system ranging from AL1 to AL8 instead of aggregate marks. Learners' results will reflect a combination of 60% KJSEA performance, 20% from the earlier Kenya Primary School Education Assessment, KPSEA, and 20% from school-based assessments in grades 7 and 8. Bar chart move away from ranking and certificates. One of the key changes with KJSEA is the elimination of national rankings and mean scores. Unlike KCPE, KJSEA does not publicly rank schools or highlight top performers with trophies and certificates. Instead, students receive detailed performance transcripts that show strengths and weaknesses in each learning area, emphasizing individual progress rather than competition. The standard. Importantly, KJSEA candidates will not receive traditional exam certificates upon completing grade 9 since the assessment is part of a broader continuous evaluation process rather than a terminal, single exam. Kenya Times. Graduation cap, transition to senior secondary, and pathways. Under the new 2-6-3-3-3 education structure, learners spend 2 years in pre-primary, 6 in primary, 3 in junior secondary, and 3 in senior secondary. KJSEA marks the transition from junior to senior secondary, a departure from the older model where KCPE marked the shift from primary to secondary. After the KJSEA results are compiled, learners are guided into one of 3 senior school pathways based on their interests and strengths: STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics.
Social sciences.
Arts and sports. Placement decisions are made electronically through the National Education Management Information System, NEMIS. Admission letters are expected to be issued before December 25th, with reporting to institutions scheduled for January 12th, 2026. Top performers in each track per sub-county will get placement in their school of choice. Mobile phone accessing results and going forward. Results for grade 9 candidates can be accessed via the KNEC portal using each student's unique assessment number. In addition, some mobile services allow parents and students to check their placement and results via SMS. The adoption of KJSEA signals a major transformation in Kenya's education landscape, moving away from memorization and one-off exams towards skills development, continuous assessment, and personalized learning outcomes. As the first cohort transitions through the new system, stakeholders will be watching closely to see how well it prepares learners for the future.